Welcome to the Moonlit live stream. Before we get to the real me, I want to share something with you. I'm building what I hope will turn into the world's largest database of unsolved mysteries. Every strange story, every unsolved encounter from all corners of the internet and the world, I want to document on my website, themoonlitarchive.com. There are incredible sites out there like the BFRO, MUFON, the Black Vault, and creators like Mr. Ballin, Y-Files, and Nukes who independently catalog, research, and share these stories. But to my knowledge, no one has ever unified all of this into one organized, community-driven database. That's what I'm building at themoonlitarchive.com. Every strange story that I cover on this channel, The Moonlit Ghost, will get a case file on the website. And the best part is, you can help build it. Basically, I'm creating the Wikipedia of unsolved mysteries, where supporters can get access to edit and create their very own case files. Together, I want to create the world's largest collection of reportedly true stories from all over the internet and the world. The goal is simple, but the scope is massive. That's why I need your help. Help me document every unsolved mystery. Find stories that no one has ever heard before, and ultimately try to bring clarity or even solve these mysteries that have haunted people throughout the ages. Because every unsolved mystery is a ghost story waiting for closure, and you have the ability to do that. But right now, I'm limiting the number of editors to 100 founding members while I learn how this archive will expand and grow. If you want guaranteed access and to become a founding member of the Moonlit Archive, just sign up at the Moonlit Ghost Patreon, any tier, and you're in. For as low as $1 a month, you can join and be editing and creating your own case files and helping build the archive right now. So make sure to head on over there, sign up, and get your account. And finally, before we get to the real me, we're almost there. If you've been feeling a little, I don't know, unreal lately, don't worry, I got you covered. Because 9 out of 10 ghosts agree that this I'm Real hoodie significantly reduces the feelings of unrealness and mitigates the sensation of fading away into oblivion. There's virtually no downside to this hoodie. I mean, it's great. And you know, that 10th ghost, I don't even think he's a real ghost. I think his name is Carl, and he's like a fourth dimension time lord or something like that. Anyway, but I'm just saying, go grab one from the Moonlit shop, links in the description, and you'll be feeling so tangible that you can just like reach out to somebody and touch them, but not like in a weird way. I mean, you could do it in a weird way if that's what you wanted to do, but I mean, just go get one. Just go get one. I'm selling them on my shop right now. I'm Real, makes you feel great. Everybody's going to ask questions about it, and you can tell them all about the Moonlit Ghost in the live streams and the Moonlit Archive. Show starts in 5, 4, 3, 2. Cam right here. Here we go. Let's see here. Just make sure that this is all solid. Okay. We got Jax and Rocky Hoarder Picture Show Oh, no audio. No audio. Hold on. Hello? 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 Can you hear me? Can you? Can you hear me now? Oh. Good now. Okay. That's strange. I'm glad you can hear me. I wonder if it was a problem when I switched scenes. Um, can you hear? You should be able to hear me now. Yeah, that should be fine. Okay, let's get into the reaction. I'm gonna keep an eye on that. Hear you. I wonder what's going on. I was testing all this pretty thoroughly. Okay, right now, just give me. Okay, I am going to start the reaction. And let me know in the comments if you can hear.
Seconds later, it happened again. It gets dark, evening passes, of course. It's nighttime now, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1:30 comes, and I hear the stepping, just like that gravel, being stepped on. And I'm like,
So do you know who this is?
and that dude's like,
Jesus Payne.
kind of freaked out a little bit, and we see this big, giant hand press on the tent.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, England.
Okay. This guy played Gonzo in Breaking Bad. I don't know if anybody's watched Breaking Bad, but that is a great show. This guy has an experience with Bigfoot, and we're gonna to try not to get YouTube mad at me. I'm gonna skip through different scenes. I'm not gonna watch this whole thing. It's pretty long, like 50 minutes, so I'm gonna skip through it. But it's pretty interesting, and we'll play it, and I'll react to it. And people are saying I'm solid now, so thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, let's do this. Let me know if you can hear the audio of the video, because you should.
My mom had a book called Arthur C. Clarke's Mysterious World. And inside that book, I may not have been able to read it yet, but I sure looked at the pictures a lot. And inside there was pictures of Bigfoot, the Yeti, those footprints in the snow with that.
It's so funny listening to this guy get so excited talking about this book full of like all these strange things, because I had a book. It was my favorite book for the longest time. I read it like 5 times. It's a small book when I was a kid. I believe it was called Sea Monsters of the World. I still have it, and it was great. I really loved that.
Ice pick next to it, Loch Ness Monster and UFO stuff. And a year later, my mom and dad decided they wanted to go to Scotland. My dad was stationed in England at the time, Air Force. And we put an extra gas tank on my dad's truck, and we drove to Scotland. I was 5 years old, going on 4.5, 5. And we spent 2 weeks in the Loch Ness looking for the Loch Ness Monster. But we didn't.
I love that they took like this time to go look for the Loch Ness Monster. That's amazing.
Find the Loch Ness.
I wanted to go like with my dad looking for Bigfoot when I was a kid. That's funny.
This monster. So we scooped up some water from the lake, and I'm hoping there's like some Nessie poo or something in there to prove that we went. After that, anytime I was at school, there was book fairs of any sort, anything that was cryptid related, UFO, alien, anything, I'd always buy them. And up until, I would say, 2000, it was all just related to research and kind of equally into all the different cryptids.
Let me know in the comments if you're familiar with this channel, A Flash of Beauty, Bigfoot Revealed. This is quickly becoming one of my new favorite channels. It's really amazing. They do professional interviews of people from all over the world who claim to have seen Bigfoot, and these stories, these are real. They're not scripted. These are real encounters, and the stories that these people tell are mind-boggling. It's amazing.
And mysterious things. And then my mom, she ended up getting a job with the forest department, and my sister got a job as a police officer at the same time in the same town. We moved to Ruidoso and got a cabin. And one day we went to Walmart, came home and heard Bigfoot scream or do a call. And it was a long, high pitch. Sounds like if you were going 100 miles per hour on a really straight road and you just slammed on your brakes and it skidded for a good 30 seconds. And
yeah, I recently just listened to. They have their own language, so I'm gonna talk about Bigfoot like he's like it's real. Like there's this, they're real, and it kind of sounds crazy, like to some people to just talk like that about it. But I'm absolutely, there's no doubt in my mind that Bigfoot's real, that there is a species of like type of human living in North America, and I think that they have their own subspecies, different varieties in different continents. But I am absolutely convinced there's too much eyewitness testimony. There's too much evidence. I believe Patty is real 100%. I think there's no doubt about that. And so I'm going to talk about Bigfoot just like it's common knowledge that Bigfoot is real. So they have their own language. They're very shy, and they are incredibly stealthy. And there's some other attributes that people just debate. But let's. I've got a few more things I want to say, but let's.
and the whole forest shut up. The birds, the bugs, everything was just like a switch was turned off, and it was just so eerie. And about 10 seconds later, it happened again, same sound. And my mom was like, "It's Bigfoot." And I was like, "I hope so." And I ran inside the house and jumped on the internet and looked for audio vocalizations that had been recorded, and I found one that matched. Wow. And from that point forward, it went from just book research. The internet wasn't quite as prolific as it is now in 2000. Everybody was already, just getting over Y2K, everything's gonna crash. So yeah, it became filled.
I am gonna pause a lot. I know there's some people who want me to watch longer, but I have to pause a lot for the sake of YouTube. Like I have to do a lot of things to not get flagged by YouTube reacting to other videos. But we've got a question. Do you have your own Bigfoot story? So I wish I had a really cool Bigfoot story. I think I came close to having a weird experience, but I can't really say it was Bigfoot. That said, I've had another experience. Wasn't Bigfoot, but I had another kind of supernatural experience, which I think, in an indirect way, helps explain why people don't see Bigfoot very often. Because I think there's something that happens. Have you ever just been like around somebody and they have an energy about them? Like maybe they make you feel high energy, or they like depress you. That's the energy coming off of them. And if you have a source of energy that's powerful enough to override like your brain waves, basically, it's very easy to forget those experiences. So I think a lot of people actually do see Bigfoot, but something about the encounter kind of flips your brain off and you don't remember it. I had a very strange experience like that with another type of thing, and I think that maybe something similar like that happens with Bigfoot.
Started doing field research, started taking any tracking classes, everything that was offered at my mom's work that they're willing to teach me. I would learn and take it, and yeah, I started living on a lot of different reservations, doing charity work, doing sobriety powwows, and yeah, every place got better and better, and every one of those reservations had more and more than back up a little bit to right after 2000. In 2003, me and my friend were on my property in Tularosa. It's a 5-acre property, and there's the houses.
That's what I was going to say. He's getting into another interesting experience here, but I was going to talk about when he heard it scream. I've listened to the Sierra Sounds Bigfoot a while ago, but I recently just watched another one of David Paulides' Missing 411, The Hunted documentary, where he talks to, I can't remember his name off the top of his head, but he talks to a group of guys who went up into the Sierra Mountains in camping and hunting in California, and they have audio recording of what I think are Bigfoot talking to each other. It's really amazing. Look it up on YouTube. It's really kind of crazy. And they do whoop, they screech, they scream, they click, they have a lot of different vocalizations. It's very interesting.
Right in the middle. It was about 2 a.m. Went out looking for UFOs. And
I love this guy already. He's talking about Bigfoot, the Loch Ness Monster, and UFOs. I did all the same things.
No moon out, no clouds, just stars everywhere. But it was really dark because we walked to the edge of the property. It was surrounded by a gravel road, the 5 acres. And while we were out there, I heard something walk onto the gravel about 20 feet in front of us. It's kind of slowly. It was bipedal. And we're like, what the heck is that? Hey, who are you? Who's out there? You know? Because that's
Sierra Sounds. If you're checking that out, that's what I believe it's called, Sierra Sounds Bigfoot. You can find it on YouTube, but the best explanation, it's a free documentary on YouTube. David Paulides, Missing 411, The Hunted. It's a long documentary. It's like 2 hours long or something like that. And that interview, he actually goes up to where they did that and interviews him up there. And that's in there. You might have to, unless you watch the whole thing, you're going to have to skip and find that interview. But it's mind blowing. It's the best explanation of somebody explaining the audio and the actual person who heard it and recorded it. It's really amazing.
It's really strange because Tularosa is a small town or village. It's a village. Next, about 13 miles away from Alamogordo, which is only 37,000 population. That's not big either. So
and forgive me, I am going to skip forward.
Outside of the village, middle of nowhere. And so we're like, hey, what are you doing? And there was no answer. But the walking continued back and forth on the gravel, slowly, just a decent pace. I'm a former officer, former bodyguard, and bouncer all over the United States. LA, Compton, Albuquerque, all those nice, very, very friendly places. So
Compton.
I recognize when somebody is trying to build up courage to do something. They'll get that one dude at the bar that's, and man, I'm going to kick that dude's butt after 10 more shots, until he builds up that courage and then go start some stuff. That was the energy that I was feeling. And I told my friend, I was like, hey, dude, I go, this isn't good. And the walking back and forth pacing started going a little bit faster, picking up pace. And it just felt like it was trying to build up something to do something. So I told him, I was like, dude, let's reach down, grab some rocks, and when I say go, start chucking them at it. And we'll scare it and run away. So we get down, grab some rocks, and I say, go! And we throw all the rocks, don't hit it. But it starts walking faster. We're like, oh, heck no. So I just decided, I'm going to give it one more try. So I reach down, get a rock, and this time I decide I'm going to use the force, sort of. I close my eyes, even though it's pitch dark, I just close my eyes and I was listening to the sound, going back and forth, and woo, chucked the rock as fast as I could. It zipped, zip, and hit it, whack, wah! It screams, and me and my friend were like, ah, scream too.
So this guy he's actually claiming that he actually hit a Bigfoot with a rock.
And we're like, run! So we take out running towards my house. And at the time, I weighed probably close to 400 pounds. So me at my top speed, which I thought was like the Flash, was about 3 miles, 4 miles per hour. And my friend, he was in decent shape, so he was way ahead of me. He was leaving me for lunch. And yeah, we're running, and we get close enough to the house to where the floodlight in the backyard started. We could start seeing light, like where we were, just slightly. And I looked to my left, and at the time I didn't think, hey, that's a Sasquatch. At the time I looked to my left, and I see this hair-covered, individual running on all fours, and turns his head, looks at me, and shows me its teeth.
Wow.
And that
Wow.
scared the living bejesus out of me. So I start running even faster. So now I'm up to like 4.5 miles per hour. Not very fast.
This guy's hilarious. He knows how to take a joke and to kind of self-deprecating humor. It's but he's describing a lot of things that you don't hear a lot of people talk about. He actually interacted with the Sasquatch. He's saying that he saw it running on all fours. That's very interesting.
And I run up the back deck, and this, now I know it's a juvenile Sasquatch, runs up to this side and tackles the deck, hits it. And we're like, oh crap, And it runs around the other side, does it again. And I'm fumbling with the sliding door. I can't figure out how to open the sliding door because we're so scared. And finally get it open and run inside and close the curtains. We ain't trying to see what it, see this thing. So that was my first physical encounter with one. I was throwing a rock at it. But yeah, that was the only time I've ever felt any animosity, anger from one of them. If it wanted to, it could have killed me easy,
Wow.
But I think that it was because we're in the pathway of, now I know where I don't want to call it migrate, but they travel up and down the mountain, down to the Missile Range, and then straight to El Paso, Texas, to the border between Juarez, El Paso, and New Mexico. And my house is right smack in the middle of that pathway, and they'll come down the mountain and go to the farms in that area, and go get some munchies. They like pecans and pistachios and goats and all kinds of stuff. So, it makes sense now that that's where it was. And it was just a teenager just being a teenager, going out messing with people, And then the fact that we were out in the middle of the desert at 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm sure didn't help. It's like, don't stick your hand in the lion's cage if you don't want to get bit. But I'd say that was my first official encounter with one.
Wow, that's amazing.
They can talk.
Yeah, so he's about to talk about their language. Man, oh man, that's really. We're gonna continue on here in just a second, but that is we got somebody giving us a lot of. What is that? A lot of likes. Thank you for all the likes. I just want to do a quick pitch again for those of you who didn't see the first intro. We're just going to play this again.
Welcome to the Moonlit live stream. Before we get to the real me, I want to share something with you. I'm building what I hope will turn into the world's largest database of unsolved mysteries. Every strange story, every unsolved encounter from all corners of the internet and the world, I want to document on my website, themoonlitarchive.com. There are incredible sites out there like the BFRO, MUFON, the Black Vault, and creators like Mr. Ballin, Y-Files, and Nukes who independently catalog, research, and share these stories. But to my knowledge, no one has ever unified all of this into one organized, community-driven database. That's what I'm building at themoonlitarchive.com. Every strange story that I cover on this channel, The Moonlit Ghost, will get a case file on the website. And the best part is, you can help build it. Basically, I'm creating the Wikipedia of unsolved mysteries, where supporters can get access to edit and create their very own case files. Together, I want to create the world's largest collection of
Yeah, I see that. Thank you. I appreciate all of your help. Yes, I'm still very new at this, and I am getting an error, and I think my audio is cutting out. I think that's a problem right now. But we're gonna get back to the reaction cam. This guy is really something else. It's pretty amazing.
Bigfoots can talk. I've heard them not talk a lot, but I've heard them speak English and, native tongue, The first time I heard one talk, I was just filming and I was pointing to a structure that they had built. And I was like, and right here is their structure. And from behind me, it says bush. It was correcting me.
This guy is genuinely
because I called it a structure. He's like, no, that's a bush,
interacting
And
with
this other time in the same area,
a Bigfoot.
I was walking and I could smell. They smell like juveniles. It's the same smell that say a 11th grader varsity football player would smell like if they hadn't washed their practice uniform in a week. You know what I mean? It's kind of an oniony, pungent, funky.
An oniony, pungent, funky smell. I am a little worried. I would have thought that it would be more than a week, but I'm a little worried that the audio is not working right now. But I am going to keep streaming. I'm going to keep looking at this. This is my first live stream back in a while. And I'm just going to continue getting better at these. We are going to just do this for a little bit longer, and then I'm going to end the live stream and fix any potential problems for tomorrow's live stream at 9 p.m.
Smell. And I'm following the smell, and I hear, come this way,
Thank you,
come this
Jax.
way.
Come this way.
Yeah,
Come this
I was
way.
like, okay, I'm going that way. And then up in the mountains one day, I go out there, and I hear "Ekta," like that. And I told some of my peoples up here what I heard, and they went to the elders and asked, what does that mean? And their version of that word is "Akta," and that means you're announcing yourself as I am man and I am here.
Wow.
So it was telling me that it was there, So yeah, they definitely have a language. They're not just repeating, like a parrot does or something, It's to me, it's fascinating. I ain't worried about proving the Bigfoot's real. I swear, it's like I know it's real. I got chased by one. I've seen baby ones, literally infants in trees and little juveniles and big scary ones. I've been 4 feet away from one in front of me. You guys heard of Bigelow Aerospace? At the time, I thought I knew all the aerospaces that were out there,
I can't believe he brought up Bigelow Aerospace. They own the Skinwalker Ranch in Utah. If you know anything about Skinwalker Ranch, that's one of the weirdest places like on the planet. It's got just about everything you could think of. It's mostly known for weird cattle mutilations and orbs and weird energy phenomenon. This guy just kind of it's very interesting.
And I hadn't quite gone public with my visitations and whatnot. And I get a phone call from a investigator from Bigelow. His name was Guy Carroll. And he's like, hey, this is Guy Carroll from Bigelow Aerospace. I'm an investigator for them. Hey, Zeus, we were just wondering, next time they come to visit you and you get to go on board, would you do me a favor and try to find the propulsion compartment, take a good look at it, and when you get home, try to sketch it out and email it to me. And I was just like, sure, okay, because I thought I was being messed with. Because I'd never heard of Bigelow Aerospace. I was like, I know all the aerospaces, And I get home, and I jump on.
Did I miss something? Was Bigelow Aerospace asking him to describe the inside of a UFO? Is that what they were saying?
And I'll just like, if you're just wondering, and I get a phone call from a investigator from Bigelow. His name was Guy Carroll, and he's like, "Hey, this is Guy Carroll from Bigelow Aerospace. I'm an investigator for them. Hey Zeus, we were just wondering, next time they come to visit you and you get to go on board, would you do me a favor and try to find the propulsion compartment, take a good look at it, and when you get home, try to sketch it out and email it to me?" And I was just like, sure, okay, because I thought I was being messed with, because I'd never heard of Bigelow Aerospace. I was like, I know all the aerospaces, you know? And I get home, and I jump on the internet, and I get on LinkedIn, and I look up the dude's name, you know? I was like,
These big corporations, Bigelow Aerospace, like these, oh, I can't remember these other big build Skunk Works. They know. I swear they know about all of these weird phenomenon. I swear they know about Bigfoot and other aerial phenomenon and things like this. And if this guy is really telling the truth, and you know, who knows? He's an actor. Maybe he's completely lying. But I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. It sounds like this is a real story. But let's just assume that what he's saying is true. If Bigelow Aerospace really called him up, they know that there are people out there who are prone to having these types of encounters. And maybe they're like reaching out to these types of people and trying to glean information through them. In one sense, that's kind of cool, but on another sense, it's kind of creepy because you never know who might be like monitoring you without your knowledge.
hold on, he has a LinkedIn. So I further look up Bigelow Aerospace, and I'm like, wow, somebody faked the whole website. Wow, that's pretty intense. So I look, and I was like, they even have a phone number you can call. These are good hoaxers. Wow. So I called the number, you know, and lady answers, "Hello, Bigelow Aerospace, how can I help you?" And I'm like, okay, this is where I'm going to figure it out. All right. Yeah, can I talk to Guy Carroll? One moment, please. Click. Do, 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 do. I'm like, what? And then, Guy Carroll, how can I help you? And I was like, hey, I was just wondering, do you guys have any like hypnotists there? Because I have a lot of cool things I'm guessing that y'all might want to know and maybe can do a regression or something. And he was like, yeah, no hypnotists, just scientists.
Wow.
And I was like, okay. He's like, did you get something for us? I was like, not quite yet, no. But we'll just check in, give you a call later, okay? Bye.
So he's still thinking that these guys are hoaxers. Wow.
And hung up, and I was like, holy, that's not cool. I was like, that's way not cool, man. How did they know? How did they know this is, what I was dealing with? And yeah, because up until that point, I had seen, a lot of things that happened, seen UFOs all the time, and the little guys with the black eyes, and yeah, I hadn't gone public with it yet. So it just really, really blew my mind that they knew what was going on with me,
Yeah,
and that's
it's
like,
creepy.
Yeah, like I call it, I'm a weird guy magnet. Just weird stuff all the time happens to me since I was little. It follows me around no matter where I move, what country I'm in, what state I'm in. I will always see UFOs everywhere I go, or weird stuff, ghosts, and it's pretty wild. It didn't help my dad being in the military. I think that blood type has to do something with it. I'm type O negative. I come from a very ancient line of Mayans. And back then, we dealt with those individuals too. And yeah, I was involved in some programs that nowadays are being talked about that the military did with youngsters, and where they had us listening to static and all kinds of weird stuff. And I just thought I was going to a weird school, growing up.
Whoa.
And it turns out now I'm finding out that it was something completely different, a whole different program that was.
So when he was younger, the government was, and that happens all the time. They perform experiments on the public when we don't really even know it very often. And so he's saying that when he was younger, he went through some strange experiences with government run programs, and he's like on a list somewhere to keep track of.
Was, yeah, some of the military, their children were involved with, So me and Travis meet, right? And we do some conferences together. And
Oh, wow. Travis Walton. He's got one of the craziest abduction stories. I believe, if memory serves, he actually remembers. He has a memory of being on the alien spacecraft. Joe Rogan interviewed him, I believe. And yeah, he talked to Travis Walton.
eventually one year we're out having dinner, and I met his daughter too. Really, really interesting. Didn't know each other, but we knew each other, I think, from a whole different situation, somewhere else. And yeah, we're having dinner, and dinner ends. We're in Albuquerque,
Guys, we got
and I go out to my car to
this
leave,
is
and I get
this
this
is
creepy
more,
feeling that I'm being watched.
we got 4 concurrent viewers. I was thinking I'd get maybe like 1, so like I'm stoked. And I just want to continue to build this, set a goal to get more and more concurrent videos every single time. The plan is to live stream Monday through Friday at 9 p.m. Mountain Standard Time and just watch these videos. Send me your videos to react to at themoonlitghost@gmail.com. We do, I'm going to shout out Patreon supporters. I've got like merch at the Moonlit shop, links in the description. And I'm going to do this just pretty much every day until I've got a solid channel here. And also I want to pitch the Moonlit Archive. This is my website that I'm building right now. This is a Wikipedia of mysterious and strange encounters. You can go there. You can support me on Patreon for $1. Become a founding member of this channel and create your own Wikipedia pages for your own experiences. You can, for your own personal experiences, but also if you have an interest in some public event, you can create the official case file page for that. And I want to have like a database of all the strange accounts everywhere. So go visit themoonlitarchive.com. The site's up and running, and there's not many case files on there right now, but I'm trying to change that. So let's get back to Flash of Beauty.
Right? And I'm just like looking around, like I'm about to get jumped or robbed or something. So it feels like somebody's watching me. And then I look up. In the clouds, there's a giant man standing in the clouds looking at me. I'm not kidding. I got a picture of it. I'll show you guys.
He says he's got a picture of this. I can't wait to see it. And we got the nude president in the stream. We got the nude president. Okay. What's up, dude?
And he's dressed in old-timey clothes, I just call it. He's wearing a vest. He has a long mustache and goatee, almost like an old Spanish-style hat.
This guy's stories are starting to get a little bit more incredible. Now he's seeing like a guy in a cloud with a mustache. Okay, let's just keep going.
Yeah, you can see it. You can see all of it. It's really insane.
Not that actors are any more trustworthy, but this happens to be Gonzo from Breaking Bad. So yeah, there we go. Nude President says, chillin', man. Glad to see you streaming. I'm glad to be streaming. Let's get to it.
The picture. And it's like, out of all of the times that could have happened, I just had dinner with like 6 different abductees, We all ended up together. And yeah, that was just, this blew my mind that how many people I've met out there that the world just knows as, paranormal people and whatnot. But like we're all drawn together for whatever reason it is. We keep on running into each other. And sometimes we've seen each other while we've been gone, I'll just say, before we meet each other in person. I told the story, his name is D. Grag. He died a while back. He was a MUFON investigator. And I told him about my case, and he didn't want to put my name in his book, and he called it The Mayan Connection, and but told my story like that. And I had never told anybody about his daughter, us meeting before, because I had seen her before on ships. And
And when he says ships, I think he means alien spaceships. I think that's what he means. This guy's stories keep getting. I'm going to create an official case file on this guy. It's Jesus Pan, Gonzo from Breaking Bad. And I'm going to create a case file on the Moonlit Archive for each of these types of stories that he's talking about and outline on his main page. And the idea is you guys can go in and edit that case file and research this guy and tell me what's true and what's not.
remember distinctly.
But his stories just keeps escalating and escalating. First, he saw some Bigfoot. If you're just joining, first he saw Bigfoot in the woods. He threw a rock at it and heard it scream. And then it like chased him a little bit. So I think that's pretty believable. And then he was like he had Bigelow Aerospace give him a call. Bigelow Aerospace used to own Skinwalker Ranch. And then he was talking about experiences as a child having like weird government people do tests on him. And now he's seeing people up in the clouds. And now he is seeing people that he knows from visitations, from meeting them on spaceships. So I just have to wrap my mind around this. If one person had one story like this, I'm trying to figure out if I'm more inclined to believe a person who has one crazy story like this or just who has a lot. Because a person who has a lot of stories like this, you might start to think that they are just creating this narrative in their head and they're just kind of playing into all of these weird, crazy things. But on the other hand, I do know that the government interferes with our lives, the public, and I know that they really mess people up. And I don't know that they do it arbitrarily or random. And I wonder if they monitor people who are more prone, based on their energy, their brain wavelengths or whatever, who are more prone to have experiences like this. And so I'm really giving this guy the benefit of the doubt. I don't know. We'll keep watching.
Meeting her on the ship, and ended up getting a friend request before me and her dad met. Okay, got a friend request on Facebook, and she's like, she was an actress, trying to become an actress, and I already had done Breaking Bad and all these shows, and she's a real sweet girl. And she was married at the time and has a little boy. And I was just like, man, that's that girl. Holy crap, that's that girl. It's that red-haired girl. It's her. And we're talking. She's like, I've been looking at your page. She was in you're kind of into UFOs, huh? I was like, you could say that just a little bit, And she's like, you and my dad would get along really well. And I was like, yeah, is he into UFOs too? And she's like, yeah, you could say that. And then she told me who her dad was, and I was like, say what? And one day I didn't want to like openly just say to her, hey, wasn't that you on that UFO that time? So I just told her, I think we've met before. I go, but I'll just say not down here. And she goes, I remember too.
I want to watch that again, like the look on his face. That just cracked me up. Not down here.
I think we've met before. I go, but I'll just say not down here. And she goes,
I don't know why that's so funny to me.
I remember too. And I left it alone. I just left it alone after that. I just wanted some confirmation, and because I didn't want to mess with her, like she's married now and all that stuff. I didn't want to that sound really weird, And so it's real, and we get brought together up in places that we don't know about, even normally we don't know about. that we've been through. So many people had no idea. Like you said, that guy had no idea that he was being abducted. Yeah, that's wild. I have not seen Sasquatch on a ship, but I have seen Sasquatch with grays. The light-skinned gray ones with the black eyes, and the two Bigfoots that were looking in my tent from above were with a green-skinned, red-eyed gray.
I don't care. I still believe this guy. I still believe him. I don't care what he says. He could say that he he saw Sasquatch riding on the back of the Loch Ness monster. I'm all in on this guy's story. I
But it's not gray. I guess that'd be kind of reptilian, but it didn't look, like a lizard or nothing like that. It looked like a gray, but with red eyes and green skin. I've seen multiple versions of grays in different, I don't know what you want to call them, but yeah, I saw one time, the Easter Island moa, right? I remember, at least I remember, being in the middle of like 6 of them around me, and they were just ridiculously huge. I mean, they're as big as those statues, and there's a reason why they made them that size. But these guys, it didn't look like they were stone or nothing. They were brown. They looked ancient. They had huge earlobes. They looked like leather, old leather. And when they talked, it was like a real guttural, something like that. And the odd thing was, I could understand what they were saying. And they were having me do physical stuff like being able to do push-ups and roll over. They weren't treating me like a dog, but they were trying to see if I could do certain things physically. And one of them said, because I was overweight and whatnot, one of them said, I can't believe he's able to do these things still being the way he is. And I was like, hey, that's not cool, what the heck, man?
Imagine an alien. Oh my. Wow. Okay. Throwing shade.
But yeah, it's like I was visited by like multiple different groups. For whatever reason, they were really interested in me,
Okay, we're gonna pause here. I'm totally on board with what this guy is saying. I don't know. I really struggle with. I don't think he's like. There's a few different ways you can think about people who have stories like this. Are they schizophrenic, right? Have they done so many drugs that their brain is just fried and they just see these things? All you can do is gather evidence, listen to their stories, and then make a judgment call very often. What I know is that there are a lot of people who have encounters with Bigfoot. Now, this guy is taking it to he's cranking it up to 11. Bigfoot's on spaceships with grays, and he's just having lunch on spaceships and seeing people from past lives. And the problem is I believe that all of this type of stuff is real. There are intelligent creatures on spaceships observing us. They're out there. They really are. But there are also a lot of people who make things up and lie. And one of the most frustrating things about the government or about large corporations is that they intentionally spread misinformation to make it difficult to know what's true. Because very often they're usually hiding something themselves. And very often the public will get caught up in their shenanigans, and it's just so awful. It's so awful what has been done to people by their governments. brainwashing, just kidnapping people for their organs, mass hypnosis. It's all real. It all happens. We got a comment from the nude president. Let's see. Nude president says, one time when I was 9 or 10, that same exact group knocked on my front door and said if it was cool with my mom, their mom said we could have a sleepover. I've learned I'm just going to read dead serious all of the nude president's comments and just take everything that he says as fact. That's very strange, the nude president. Probably, I don't know. Wonder how those sleepovers went. We're gonna pause it there. We're not gonna end right now. We're just gonna we're going to read some stuff. We're gonna pick up that story tomorrow at 9 p.m. We're gonna read some stuff off of Paranormal Encounters. We're gonna scroll through the top stories of all time. Okay, this is weird object knocks out a man. What's going on here? That looked super weird. I'm going to create a case file for this video too, just because I want somebody to dive into it. That doesn't even make any sense what happened in that video. What? So the guy's standing there walking in. I don't even know. I'm pretty sure that dude just got knocked out by his girlfriend because he like cheated on her or something like that. And this thing looks like a moth and it happened to line up. I don't know. I think that's just kind of good timing, honestly. That's just a really funny one. Yeah, I'm not going to look at that one. Not going to. This is obviously a fake one.
Oh, shit! A ghost!
Indoor cameras from us seeking opinions.
Fucking ghost!
Okay. We got picture from the hospital CCTV camera shows what appears to be a demon on top of a dying patient. This one's getting a case file on the Moonlit Archive. Go to themoonlitarchive.com and support me on Patreon for $1 and become an editor and change the world with me. This is a weird photo. I don't even know what I'm looking at. This looks like a photo of a security camera and from like the 70s or something like that. I guess this is a patient right here in a hospital. Is there can be on UFOs, but that it is cap. Are you calling out? Are you calling out my hypocrisy? Yeah. Oh, I'm all over the place. Okay. That looks like that's actually a good explanation. That looks like a demon hitting a Fortnite dance or whatever you call it. Emote on somebody's hospital bed. That's what it kind of looks like. So there's like its head, there's its like claw feet. That looks like the patient. I don't know. What are the comments on this one? I wish it was blurrier. Yeah. This was recorded with the radish. Demon is carrying that duffel bag. It's his sleeping bag. Experienced sleep paralysis. Okay, this guy's actually talking about sleep paralysis. Something I have experience with in my life is when I was in the hospital with meningitis. I woke up on my side, couldn't move, and felt something slowly pulling my pillow from under my head. Yes, I've had that very similar experiences. Then I felt it stroke the back of my head a few times. It was trying to scream, but I was trying to scream, but could only scream whisper help over and over until finally I wiggled my toes and got out of it. It was scary AF. Yeah, unfortunately that that doesn't it's not like super common, but that does happen to people, and that happened to me a lot a number of years ago. Sleep paralysis and night terrors, and I had very similar experiences. Very, very creepy. Anyway, this is going up on the Moonlit Archive. That's what this is. Another shameless pitch. This is my website. You can go there and go to the case files and look at all the case file lists and everything. You can create an account. Yep, go there and do that. We're going to go to the next one on paranormal encounters. Oh, back. Security guard welcomes invisible guest at 3 a.m. The door opens. This guy is, this looks like a legitimate video. I don't think this is AI. No, this is not like, this isn't like the top Reddit. I think this is a number of years old. You see, I want somebody to just find out where this security footage came from, what building, who that guy is, and actually explain this video. Because right now, I don't understand why he's doing that. Is the implication of this video is that he's actually looking, he thinks that he's interacting with somebody, and he's getting a wheelchair for somebody. Apparently they reject it and they say, I'll just keep walking. The only alternative, I don't think this video is edited. The only alternative is that they just staged that, right? Like he just was going to pretend that he's seeing somebody for the security camera. I don't know. I'm going to create a case file for that one. Nope, not looking at that one. Okay, we'll look at that one. Any idea what this is? I saw in my hallway. Quick illustration to demonstrate. Oh, okay. And my son has seen something similar. This is just kind of weird. Obviously, this is an illustration, but like they had to draw this illustration to explain what it looked like, to ask what it was. That's a demon. That is a death demon child that's going to kill you if you go to sleep. So I'd probably not live in that house anymore. No, you're probably fine. Okay, what's this? Got to celebrate that win. Yep, that demon. So, yes. I'm just going to... Yeah, when the demon wakes you up because they threw up in the middle of the night. So I just want to share a little bit about my experience with sleep paralysis. This was so, I don't want to go into a lot of detail, but this was something that really affected my real life for a number of years. It was really bad. It was really bad. Almost every single night I had an experience like that where I would open my eyes and I'd be paralyzed and I would see these shadow figures like in my room. And sometimes, this didn't happen every time, but sometimes they would like interact physically with you. And it is horrifying. It's just terrifying. It's just, but it happened so much that I became used to it. and so it stopped being scary. But it was still just like an unreal experience. And yeah, and it dramatically affected me in every way possible. I'm just gonna leave it at that. I will kind of go further into that at a different time. Okay, let's look at this. I am on a trip and just saw this on our camera. I'm slightly freaked out. Okay, what's this one going on here? 3 cats on the bed. Oh no, that's 2 cats on the bed and the pillow is moving. All right, going up on the case. That's a case file. I want somebody to research this video and tell me why that's fake. That is a mantis holding its own head. Okay. You never know what you're gonna get when you're scrolling through paranormal encounters. This man's dog passed away, and he can hear him in the house. Is this a? I think this is a Wise security camera. We had a Wise security system in our house, but we didn't have it in our house. It was like an outside security camera, so it makes sense that he would have it inside if he was worried about intruders and things. But I don't know. This man's dog passed away, and he can hear him in the house. There's his dog. I'm assuming it's a different dog. Oh man, am I gonna get? Is that like Elsa in that background? I hope YouTube doesn't like have a problem with that one. He's just hearing his dog. That's really sad if that's real and true. Case file. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I have learned a lot. Jack says, "I'm sorry that happened to you." I learned a lot from that experience, and I haven't had that happen in, I want to say years. I want to say years, but it every once in a while something will happen like that, but it hasn't happened in a long time, and I'm grateful for that. So thank you. This one, yeah, he just hears his dog. If that's real, okay, that's sad, and I love dogs. I'm a dog person, and yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that one deserves a case file though. Maybe it does. Why not? Share by one of my followers. This photo is 15 years old. Yeah. Yeah, she's obviously like the mirror is like looking at her. I'm just split on these. I'm split on these like photos. Very easily edited to produce images, weird, creepy images like that. But also, but also, I'm trying to think if this would be an instance where like the camera shutter is like rolling or whatever. And I don't know. I'm not a photographer in that sense, but I know I've heard a lot of explanations of why mirrors don't line up with people in photographs, and yeah, I don't know. It is whatever that is.
Are you guys here for the halftime show?
Nope, I'm not here for the halftime show. Okay, this spot in the daylight in the house directly to the right of the location. Whoa. The spot in the daylight in the house directly to the right of the location. Just I don't know what that is. Some sort of weird troll thing. I don't know. Uh, let's look at the comments on this one. I wish there was just like my gosh dang Reddit posted this 2 months ago, and this is in the top all time. Okay, interesting. Let's take a look at some of the comments, see what they have to say. These are always interesting. Solar panels, what? And a sinking roof on a house with boarded up windows? That's extra weird. You know, it's so funny. This is like the count how many times the ball is passed and a gorilla walks through the video. You're so focused on one thing that you don't even realize how obvious this comment is. Why are there solar panels on this like crazy dank house? Like, yeah, that's super weird. Probably off grid. Me invested in this entire thing, eating popcorn while reading the comments. Extra weird that it looks like it has been owned by a bank since 2000. What do they say about the actual person? Everybody's like talking about this the solar panels. Possible grow operation. That or vampires. To get a house like that. I just want somebody to tell me what that object is. Oh, because everyone, ooh, even would-be thieves. Paranormal or not, this is creepy. I don't know. Nobody can tell me what that is. I just okay. It's a humanoid figure holding proselyting for the troll. I don't know. He's got like a big book or a candle or something. I don't know. Troll community. Next. Ghost or lens flares. Multiple photos. Okay. I don't know. I don't know. That looks like a smudge on the. I don't know what that is. Honestly, I have no idea. Ghost child caught on camera. These black and white security camera 3-second clips, I just am going to just default and say they're all fake. All of them. Yeah, I do not believe that for a second. Nope. I need more background and explanation of where this came from. Oh, here we go. We've got a backstory. Let's take a look at the comments. We've got 3 concurrent viewers. That's more than, yeah. Do you remember seeing? Jack says, do you remember seeing those videos on YouTube with similar mirror stuff happening? Yeah, I know. Where like the person would be looking in the mirrors and then like they'd turn away and the mirror would keep looking at you all sinister. Yeah. Is that little guy waving at the camera? He might be waving at the camera. I don't know what it is. I don't know. Okay, a little backstory. We've got an actual backstory to this 3-second home security camera. My husband's best friend used to live in the house. In the video, he caught some crazy orb ring camera videos and always felt something was in the house. He ended up getting a divorce and sold the house. A couple months after the new owners moved in, an old neighbor got a hold of my husband's friend and told him that the new owners wanted to know if he had any paranormal activity when he lived there. They sent him this video that they had caught in their living room, and he sent them this orb video. Family was not at home when this video was captured. Family does have children, but again, no one was home. The couple who captured this video and are getting a divorce, and the house is back on the market. To me, the child in the video looks and sounds like a little girl saying, "Help." Thoughts? Eesh. Sounds like help to me. Well, I will say, like, one of her explanations was like maybe they're actually in the house and that is a little girl, but it doesn't even look like a real little kid running. It's either fake or it's a real spirit somehow. This will go up on a case file. I don't know. What do you think? We got 4 people on the stream. I'm excited to have all of you here. Thank you for joining the stream. Make sure to comment, let me know who you are, and send me your videos. Email me your stories and videos you want me to react to on live streams. Like I said, I am going to be doing this Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, and I'm just going to do this for a while. So I would love to hear your guys' stories and share them in these live streams. Okay, moving on. Unknown woman in background, enhanced photo update. That is a creepy looking woman in the background, but it looks like that close up makes her even look even weirder. For some reason, that slightly moved back makes her even look even more weird. I don't know. That could just be like a normal person with a weird face. What do we got in the comments here? So here's the original photo again with 2 enhancements my very talented, beautiful girlfriend made for me just now. This is from Improper Forum, I think. For those late to the party, my grandmother took this picture of my aunt and my cousin in 2015. Months later, my uncle is looking through the pictures and asks to Grandma, Mom, who was all there that day? My grandmother remembered the day vividly, and there was no other people in the house at the time. The picture was taken on Whidbey Island, Washington, which was a burial ground for local tribes for centuries before. The thing about burial grounds, okay, that's it's a trope, right? Like every weird photo you take is taken in a house that was built on an old Native American burial ground. It just adds to the story, right? Like it just makes it creepier and scarier and more legitimate and more valid. And that just makes it so most like, but unless you do your research, like it's just people like just say that. They just like make it up to like make their story sound better. But really weird things do happen on Native American burial grounds. People, construction companies really do build buildings and houses on Native American burial grounds. And there's weird energy there, man. Like there is. So I don't know. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Humanoid creature. Oh, this is a San Francisco bipedal walker. That looks CGI. Okay. I don't know. We got an actual person who does CGI in the chat. I don't know CGI. I don't know what you call it, but 3D animation. Is that something you do for a project? Nude president? Like, what do you think of that thing? Yeah. Yes. Nude president. What is this? I want your expertise. Tell me. The second time they zoom in right here, it looks not real. So, what does your expertise tell you about that thing? Let's take a look at some of the comments here. That's a good one. Like Arabian days. I mean, how TF did you remember this guy? Oh yeah, he wants some crack. Oh, I should probably not say that on a live stream on YouTube. Wonky costume? Sure. Okay. Man, I really hope that's not like a real person. I don't know. Super weird. Dog sees it first.
It's just a peaceful night here. Get ready to go to bed myself. What the fuck is that? What? Oh, God! Fuck! Get ready to go to bed myself. What the fuck is that? What? Oh, God! The dogs are ready for bed.
We're gonna mute that. Easy composite for CGI though, since it's still and can probably get the camera and to make the editing easier. Yeah, it kind of looked like something like that. That's what I think too. So you work the night shift alone. I'm more in. So that's super weird. This guy's just out in the middle of the field at night. You might be like, what is he doing driving a tractor in a field in the middle of the night? Well, I mean, they do it. You do it. I've actually been in that situation, like driving a tractor through a field, and it's like dark out in the middle of nowhere. And it's terrifying. It's so scary. It's so scary. And I cannot even imagine if like I heard somebody like out there, like screaming like that. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm inclined to believe that. That's super weird. Maybe it's a Bigfoot. Who knows? Okay.
What's up? What happened? The table just moved. What the you mean the table just moved? What do you mean? I swear to God.
What is that light? So this is a poltergeist activity.
Hell no!
Seems legit. Nice cut in the middle. Got to reset the pull line. Oh, did they cut? Is there a cut? Oh. There was a cut, right? Eh.
What do you mean? I swear to God.
Okay, yeah. Like easy enough to just kind of weird, just do something funny, goofy, but I don't know. Who knows? I appreciate you guys. Yep. I'm gonna head out as well. Jax, good night, my friend. I am stoked I get to catch the stream tonight. Falling asleep though well, so I will catch you next time. All right, yeah. I'm gonna take off. I'm gonna end the stream, but make sure to join me tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Thank you everybody for joining the stream. The goal next time will be to have 5 concurrent viewers. Last pitch for the Moonlit Archive case files. This is my website. I am trying to create the Moonlit Archive, and I want you guys to create pages from your experiences, from things that you're interested in, and it's a wiki. It's a wiki.js. So head on over, support me on any tier on Patreon and become a case file editor. And I will see you guys tomorrow night. Thank you. And we'll pick up this story again tomorrow night. We're going to end the stream if I can figure out how to do that. Thanks. Night, guys. See you later.